Welcome to Horror News Radio for September 5th, 2022. Join us for casting news for The CROW and FIRST OMEN, along with trailers for Slayers and Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. That sounds fun. All this and more coming up next. I am your host, Doc Rodden, and this is H&R, the official Gruesome Magazine Horror News Podcast. Back with me again this week are the scariest, goriest, bloodiest co-host on the net, starting off with the one and only Dreher. How you doing, Dave?
Hello. Hey, good job, Doc. For the first time in like 6 years, the theme music was in stereo. Very nice.
Oh yeah, it's like binaural or something.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Yes, that's the first time in a long time. Good job.
Wasn't my fault. All right.
I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I know. Also joining you this week is Crystal Cleveland, the living dead girl. How you doing, Crystal?
I'm great. It's so funny because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, whoa, it's like binaural. That's awesome. I never realized that. And I was like, has it always been like this? But now I know that it hasn't. Now I know.
I'm giving Doc a shit about it.
You are, but I deserve it. All right. Well,
look, if we didn't love you, we wouldn't give you shit. But it's because we love you.
It's true.
I still get the shit. It doesn't matter if you love me or you hate me. The shit's coming my way. All right, guys. We have a lot of news. We have upcoming film news, we have casting news, and we have trailers to look at. And then at the end of the show, we have some feedback. So this is going to be a fun night. Let's start off with upcoming films. The first thing on our docket is yet another Stephen King adaptation. Netflix has confirmed this is coming October 5th, 2022. Dave, tell us what it is and what is it good? Are we going to like this one?
Yeah, I think this one will be good. I mean, the choice of director is a little weird, but I mean, not that he's a bad director. This is just kind of a weird foray for him. But this is Mr. Harrigan's Phone. This came out of Stephen King's If It Bleeds anthology. It's like a little 4-story short stories collection. And Mr. Harrigan's Phone was the first story. And that's like short, I mean, super short, like 80-some pages, 85 pages, something like that. But a really, really good, tight Stephen King tale. But the director is John Lee Hancock. And the name may not sound familiar, but if you've seen The Blind Side, he wrote that. The Highwaymen, which was a great movie. Did you guys see The Highwaymen when it was on Netflix? The Bonnie and Clyde movie that about the guys that were chasing Bonnie and Clyde, really good. So I mean, this guy's got some, he's got some power behind him. So I'm curious to see what he does with a Stephen King adaptation. So this will be fun. But the basic premise, without rooting for anybody, is it's set in a little Maine town, like all Stephen King stories are, right, or most of them. And he befriends this reclusive dude who's a billionaire that. Basically, he wants him to like read to him and stuff, but they form a bond. And this was back when technology was just starting to evolve, and the boy has an iPhone, one of the early iPhones. And after the old man kicks the bucket, strange things start happening. Strange things start happening. Yes. Yeah. So it should be good. I'm looking forward to it, and we don't have too long to wait for this. Only like a month.
October, yes.
Yeah.
Now
this is going to be here. I think Donald Sutherland's going to play Mr. Harrigan, which should be great.
That's nice.
So definitely a lot to like here. We'll see. I like the director, and he also wrote it. So the writer and the director is this John Lee Hancock guy. So I mean, this could be a biggie. Yeah,
October 5th. So from the date we're recording, exactly 1 month from now. And of course, Netflix is always brings some fun horror films, usually a little lighter fare in most cases, but this is going to be fun. And then also, they've been doing a lot of Stephen King adaptations over the past few years.
It seems like we get about one a year, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
Yeah, it seems like they're kind of good there. So I've got high hopes for this one. We'll have to see. I enjoyed the short story quite a bit, so I'm hoping that this keeps that theme going.
Me too. All right, up next is a new movie is coming from the director of Guns Akimbo. We like that movie, Guns Akimbo, right?
Yeah, that was a great one.
Jason Howden. I did not know that he had created a comic book called Monsters of Metal, which I'm going to read you the synopsis here soon, and it sounds a lot of fun. But he's adapting that to head to theaters. And one, I loved his directing. That movie was awesome, and I'm excited to see what he's doing with this. And when you hear the synopsis, I think you will be too. All right, here we go. Frankenstein's monster, named Frank, and his bandmates, Medusa, Jack-o'-lantern, Werewolf, and the Bride, have spent the last few centuries squatting in Dracula's castle, unbeknownst to their slumbering host. But after a band rehearsal gets out of hand and wakes the fearsome vamp, the group gets booted from the castle and are forced to hit the road. As Frank and the band take their act on tour, they find themselves fighting off crazed groupies, monster hunters, and fellow crypt creatures in a darkly comic tale that puts death in death metal.
So it's kind of like a Monster Squad, I guess, for adults.
Yeah,
maybe?
kind of. Yeah, exactly. They're saying it's like, think of this as Spinal Tap meets Monster Squad.
There you go. That's exactly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah,
So it's live action?
And I'm telling you, Rob Zombie should be kicking himself in the ass for not directing this. This would be the perfect Rob Zombie. If he was going to do something that he didn't write and he wasn't going to put his wife in, this would be one that he should have been making this instead of making the Monsters.
Yes.
He really should have. Yeah. I mean, Jason Howden, he would, Guns Akimbo was great. He's going to bring such a wild, phonetic energy to it. Yeah. I mean, he's going to do great. But as soon as I heard about this, I'm like, oh, fuck, this is, I'm always saying if Rob Zombie would just take a project and just direct it, boy, this would have been perfect for him.
Yeah. It's going to depend on, I would think, the quality of the special effects, unless they're doing an animated, which I don't think they are. I think they're doing a live action.
I hope it better be live action, because wow.
Yeah, we got to have live action. I don't want freaking the monsters from the Count Chocula and Frankenberry doing this shit. No.
Groovy Ghoulies is what I was thinking about. I don't know if anybody Groovy Ghoulies. But I don't know. I love the idea of it. That they're a metal band. They've been squatting in Dracula's castle for all these times. Oh my gosh, what a great concept. I can't wait for this. Crystal, what about you? Does this sound like something?
Oh my god! Of course, I love. I'm really interested to see, because it's like, I think a funny take on Universal Monsters characters is awesome. Like, I hope that they actually have a lot of comedy. I hope that the casting is going to be, Medusa, who's going to play Medusa? Oh my God. And the Bride, she better be me. That's all I'm saying. No,
you better be the Bride. There you go.
Or am I?
Throwing your name.
Crystal Cleveland.
Yes. They haven't cast yet, so you never know.
I'm just saying,
Right. Well, as we get more news, we'll be bringing it to you.
Yeah. Was there anything saying like how soon this is going to happen, or is this just one of those?
It's an announcement. It's an announcement that it is happening.
Okay.
And it's worthy of us bringing up and discussing because it's awesome. All right, here's another one.
Guns Akimbo. Come on, if he does anything like Guns Akimbo, that's it. Like I'm in. That was one of my favorite movies.
It was good. All right. Up next, we have an adaptation of a book called Home Before Dark, not Doc, but Dark. And it's going to the big screen. It's going to go for Sony. The screenwriter is Blair Butler, who just brought us The Invitation. I don't know if you caught our review of The Invitation. The story had a lot of promise. The execution, maybe not so much. So at least they had the right person bringing along. And then Patrick Bryce is coming along, and he has recently done There's Someone Inside Your House, which I'm trying to remember.
Wasn't that Netflix thing?
I think it was. I think
that was on Netflix. I remember we did that. He did what was that Mark Duplass movie? The one, there was two of them. Oh shit! I can't remember the name of it. Creep. He did the Creep and the other.
Okay. Yes. 2014 Creep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So I do not know the source material, but Dave, you do. You said you knew Home Before Dark.
Yeah. It was a novel in the early 2020s. It might actually been 2020. It's kind of a pseudo ghost tale. It's really more of a family drama. Basically, it's a girl who's father. They lived in this mansion, and while they were living there, the father wrote this dynamic novel that becomes like this huge best-selling book, and she doesn't believe any of it. She thinks it's all horse shit, and dad's just making it up. But he dies, and she has to go back to the house, and turns out maybe daddy wasn't so full of shit.
Oh,
Yeah. So, but it's one of those slow burn kind of things. But I mean, it could work. It could work.
I think it will. I think it will.
Yep.
Looking forward to seeing what comes of that. Of course, like the other two, we'll keep you informed as we get more news, because we got to start casting it soon as well, and when it's going to come out. But Sony, got to up your game, Sony. You got to up your game.
We're going to put Crystal Cleveland in it. Crystal
There you
Cleveland, she's going to become our Sherry Moon zombie. We're putting her in everything.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
oh no! You got me deep. You got me so deep.
You
Dave.
brought her up and then you slammed her down. All right.
Yeah.
So that's our upcoming horror movie news. We hope you look forward to these films as much as we do. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these. Leave some comments down below. And of course, if you like what you're hearing, hit the subscribe button, the like button, share with a friend. Oh, it'll do us wonders. We're trying to reach 5,000 subscribers here on YouTube, so we appreciate it.
That's not that many.
The big 5G.
No. All right. Are you ready for casting news? Let's get into some of this. This is going to be incredibly exciting. One film that has, they've been trying to make this movie for so long. They've been trying to reboot this property for so long. And the property has such a rich and diverse and tragic history. But it's one that I think a lot of people are looking forward to. It is, what I hear is finally in production. So what am I talking about, Crystal? Crystal, you never let me pass you the ball.
I know, because I like to stomp my foot. Okay, so I know I don't know a single person who didn't love the 1994 movie with Brandon Lee called The Crow. I think everyone is a huge Crow. I mean, everyone that I've ever talked to has always loved that movie. They've made sequels in the past, and I think they did actually try to redo it, and with not much success. And actually, more recently, I heard Jason Momoa was supposed to be attached to
over and over again. People have been attached. Yeah.
So we have some casting news for the most recent reboot of The Crow, which is supposed to be on track, which is supposed to be about to be like getting done, getting made. But I don't want to disappoint you if it doesn't happen. However, I think this casting news sounds really awesome. It is Bill Skarsgård, who is set to play the lead, which I'm assuming they're going to use the same. They're going to use Eric Draven, right? Like I'm assuming it's going to be. Yeah. And Danny Houston, who I don't think that they've named who his character is going to be. I mean, fantastic if he's going to be a bad guy. I think he.
I was going to say, if he's not the bad guy.
Yeah. He's delightfully evil and delicious. He's kind of sexy, so he can kind of play that off really well. And Rupert Sanders is directing. And if you know anything about him, he directed Snow White and the Huntsman, which I think he did a phenomenal job with that. I think he did Ghost in the Shell. I haven't seen that one, so I can't really comment on that. But I think that I love the look of Snow White and the Huntsman. So I think that this could give a really good, it could have a really good look to The Crow. So, I mean, I think that they have some good casting, and I think that they have a solid director set up. Will it happen? I hope so. I don't know what happened with Jason Momoa's version. I remember hearing about it, and then it just like fell off the face of the earth. So, man, I almost don't want it to happen because I love The Crow so much, but I'd love to see a good Crow movie. I just think it's such a cool concept. I think it's so neat. I think it has a Gotham type feel. The world does, and I dig it. I mean, I'm ready. I'm ready now.
Yeah. Now, what other cast? No, I'm totally ready. I love this character and I love the movie, the original movie, a lot. But FKA Twigs, who is an artist, an English singer, She's an English singer. Delilah Deborah Barnett is her real name, but she's a British singer. She is also cast in the movie, so I would imagine she's the wife.
I don't know who that is at all. I
just love the name, FKA Twigs. I thought I mean, no offense to her, but I thought it was a typo when I read it. I was like, what? But it means something.
I am so sorry
I'm
to Mrs. Twigs, because I didn't know who that was. Or,
wasn't she a Disney character?
My bad.
Oh, come on. Disney character. Dave, do you have any interest in
you know me, I always gotta be honest, this sounds like a fucking nightmare to me.
No,
I mean, Brendan Lee's Crow is iconic, right? I mean, it's just iconic. I don't know that
Yes.
I don't know that this is the team that's going to live up to that legacy, but we'll see. It's going to get made if we like it or not, so we'll see. But I'm afraid Miss Twig may not be what we're looking for.
Well, she's not going to be our fan for sure.
But I mean, you never know. I mean, you just never ever really know. But it's one of those, why mess with perfections? I mean, it's like it just seems doomed from the start for me. But
I mean, it is a property that needs to be rebooted. I just hope they don't do a hell.
Yeah, and I don't really follow it that far. Wasn't there already? Didn't they do a
Edward Furlong did?
Was it
they did a few.
Was it like a prequel or a continuation or?
They were technically sequels, I think, or because I think what they did is they carried on with the theme that the Crow brought someone back just for different reasons. But I think Tara Reid was in one, guys. Yes.
I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, Bill Skarsgård. I mean,
he's wonderful.
There's some talent there for sure. I don't know anything about those other people involved with it, so this one won't be high on my radar. But Doc will make me watch it anyway if it actually comes out. So
that's right. That's right. There's been The Crow came out in '94. Crow City of Angels came out in '96. The Crow Salvation came out in 2000, and The Crow Wicked Prayer came out in 2005.
Okay, so there was 3 more. I thought there was only 2. That's a lot. Yeah.
None
of them were particularly good.
Yeah, none of them owned up to Brandon Lee.
All right.
Well,
no, and that's going to be difficult. They're going to have to do it. It's going to have to be closer to doing like an It, and they do have Bill Skarsgård. Then
it might be. Yeah, it might be. I feel bad poo-pooing it before it even exists. So we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, well yeah. I mean, the cast and directors got me at least hoping for something good. Another sequel reboot of a franchise, a very strange one, was announced this week. One that I was surprised to hear about, and I'm pretty sure we've actually heard whispers of it, but it just kind of went like in one ear and out the other. But they announced that Nell Tiger Free from Servant is attached to First Omen for 20th Century Fox. Now, First Omen, if you're hearing the word Omen in this, yes, this is a prequel to The Omen.
I don't.
So this is.
I'm so curious.
You're so confused, right?
Yeah. A little bit.
I don't know how they're going to do that. Now, The Omen, of course, is a classic film, and
oh my God, yes.
And the sequels, not as much so, but in their own way.
Oh my God, they're so good. Oh my God, when Damien goes to his like freaking military school, he's fabulous.
Yeah. And Sam Neill was great in the final. Was it the final countdown? The final conflict. Yeah, he was good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course, neither of them did as big as The Omen, but yeah, I mean and then of course there was a reboot in 2006, which actually did a lot better than I would have said. It made it did 120 worldwide, so 120 million. That's amazing.
That ain't chump change.
So I don't know. Are they going? I guess it doesn't matter if they're prequeling the original.
Well, I mean, how are you gonna? I mean, again, it's been eons since I seen the original film, but the whole thing was that Damien was the rebirth of Satan. So what is this going to be? As I was saying, what comes before
I don't know. There was the
Satan
whole
being reborn. I don't
whole-
understand.
the whole birth, the whole birth of the whole jackal.
We're going to
thing.
see like little double sperm swimming around. I mean, what are we going to see here?
You never know.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, so I don't. Who knows? Who knows? Hey, but we didn't think they'd pull off a prequel to The Orphan, and they did.
They did that. They did that.
So,
Oh my god!
anything is possible.
Wait. So y'all are saying Orphan Kills was actually good because I haven't seen it yet.
I really liked
good?
Orphan. I liked Orphan First Kill was actually very good. Yes,
it was much better than it had any right to be.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
did review that, so check it out.
It was good.
Okay.
The twist is actually amazing in Orphan First Kill.
I can't wait. Okay. All right. I'm going to watch it after we get off here.
And it's not the twist that you would think it would be, which is kind of what makes it amazing. All right.
Yeah.
Again, Nail Tiger Free is attached to it. She's currently in Servant, which we think it's kind of hoity-toity, so we call it Servant. But anyway, she had her debut in Game of Thrones and then was in an Amazon series with Miles Teller called Too Old to Die Young. And I like her in Servant, but not everybody does. But it'll be interesting to see. I think she will bring something interesting to whatever role. I imagine she's kind of the what was the lady that came in and was the.
It's all for you, Damien.
Yeah, well, there's that too, but also the one that had all the dogs and everything, the scary lady. But anyway, I'm rambling now. So, of course, as we hear more about First Omen, we will let you know. Dave, up next is two people I thought would never be cast in a horror film of any kind. Well, maybe one of them. The other one, kind of, yes, but only one type. Why don't you tell us what in the world am I thinking of? What am I bringing up here?
You are bringing up the fact that news came out that two Saturday Night Live alumni are joining the cast of an R.L. Stein adaptation of Zombie Town. I'm wondering if this is
it's going to be funny.
I wonder if it's going to be animated because the director is this Peter Lepinopoulos, and he's a Canadian animator. He's slated to direct, so I'm wondering if we're just going to get vocal performances. It does not say. I am merely wondering aloud if that might be the case. Also, Scott Thompson, who is
I love the Kids in the Hall.
He's so good. So, but story-wise, it's about a quiet town. It's upended when young Mike and his friend Amy watch a horror movie called Zombie Town. And unexpectedly, the title characters leap off the screen and chase them through the theater. That's it. That's pretty simple.
What if it's going to be both? What if it's part?
That could be. They're watching an animated thing. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So it's now shooting in Ontario. So that would make me think it's live action. It says now shooting.
It might be a blend. You're right.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, that could be cool.
So, but hey, Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase. I mean, that's pretty cool. What was the last movie they made together? Spies Like Us? Maybe. We're going back a ways.
This is going to premiere on in theaters and then on Hulu in 2023. So
it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Talking about it again soon.
Yep. It'll be fun. I just hope it's not all animated. Not a big fan of animation.
Yeah, I don't mind some animation, but I don't know. I have to be in a mood for watching cartoons of any type because I like it gritty. You know,
I like animation, but it's me. I'm easy to please. I'm an easy target. All right, we have another article, and this one is interesting to say the least.
Yeah,
it's it's starring a rising actress that Crystal will tell us all about. Why don't you tell us what's happening with this film?
Okay, so this is kind of I think this is interesting because this movie is going to be based off of a book that has not been published yet. So I find that fascinating. This is it's called The Registration by Madison Lawson. So I know nothing about it. Plot details have been kept under wraps, and the book is going to be published September 27th. So I guess we won't know much about what's going to happen in this movie until that day comes. But apparently, it must be very good for them for Sony have landed the rights to pick it up to make the movie. And as the movie's going, I'm guessing that they're already well on their way because they have Sydney Sweeney attached to this. And I don't know if you've seen Euphoria, but she's a bad mamma jamba. Like, I think she's
Black Lotus as well, and she is.
Yeah, she's just, there's something about her. Like, she's very raw, like very. I think I don't know anything about what the plot's going to be, so I hate to say, oh, she's going to be great in it, but I have a feeling she will be. I mean,
I researched into the book, so I can give you a little bit about what the book's about.
Oh, good. Yeah.
What it is, the registration is you register it. You can kill one person, and you have to register to kill them. And when she goes, and that's it, right? You can legally kill one person, you can register, and then you have like 2 weeks to do it. And if you fail, you're done. You can't do it. That's your one shot. So she goes in to register, only to find out that somebody has also registered to kill her.
Oh, so when you go to register, they tell you someone's trying to kill you?
I don't know about that. I don't know how she finds out, but she does.
Yeah. Okay, so Brad Fuller is also involved with this. He's producing, right? Isn't he producing?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just producing. I think that sounds actually pretty awesome. Oh God, I don't know. Is it going to be like a Purge type feeling film?
I would imagine. A little bit of, more thriller, more suspense.
Because I'm assuming you can just kill them wherever, whenever, so it could get pretty crazy. Are people going to try to stop you? Are they allowed to try to stop you? Are you like, here's my card, I can kill this dude or whatever? I don't know. I have so many questions.
Guns Akimbo, right?
Oh my god, that'd be awesome. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know much about it, but I do think she is awesome. So I think it. Oh wait, I think there's also some other people associated with this, right? Like. Yep. Like, is Dakota Johnson? Is she also in this? Is that what you were saying? No. Never mind.
No. She's
my bad.
She's going.
My bad.
No.
I didn't say that.
Is going to be in a film with Dakota Johnson. Yes, called Madam Web.
Look, like it says, like everyone wants to work with her because she's BA, guys. She's hot too.
But the writers behind the film that came out, The Night House, last year, or was it this year? Recently?
Oh yeah, and. Everyone,
Ben Collins and Luke.
That's wonderful.
And that was actually a very creepy film. So
yes,
it's going to be some good stuff. Dave, any comments about the registration?
Yeah, I don't know I don't know that I know enough about it to know if it's anything to get excited about yet. I mean, it's very vague. The book's not even out yet, and we don't even know what the book's about. Everything's being kept under wraps. So
reach deep and find some motivation.
Yeah, what happened? I mean, Brad Fuller could use a hit. I mean, I know he produces a lot of stuff, but a lot of his stuff's been falling flat lately a little bit. He could use a score, I think. So we'll see what happens.
He's teaming up with the right group of people because they're on the ride.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Yeah, for sure. So we'll see. I'll feel better once I read the source material and know what we're in for.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, with all this, as we receive more news, we'll be talking about it right here. And of course, when the film comes out, I'm going to make these fools watch it and we're going to review it.
This might be a good one, though.
I'll watch it. I'm down. If anything, you have good eye candy because she's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, there's our news about casting. We hope you enjoy it. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. And of course, if you like what you're hearing, hit the subscribe button, the like button, share with a friend, and help us reach 5,000 subscribers here on YouTube. It would be awesome. Thank you so much. Yes.
Do it. You can do it.
Are you guys ready for some trailers?
Oh my God. This is what I'm like, come on.
Best part.
Come on. You're like, let's get all this other stuff out of the way. Let's get the trailers. All right. Well, let's start off with a trailer for Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. If you aren't aware, Winnie the Pooh came under public domain, at least the source material. And well, somebody's made a horror movie right away.
See, look, I think the woods look great. Like it's shockingly good looking, like way better than I thought.
I was expecting
a headstone for Eeyore. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was expecting something closer to what we got with like the banana splits, but this looks a little more toward what, like Leprechaun or something.
Yeah, they seem to be committed.
Yeah, it does kind of have that feel. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Dave, I keep talking over you. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm watching this.
You're watching the. It follows Pooh and Piglet as they go on a rampage after Christopher Robin abandons them for college. Oh man!
I always knew that Christopher Robin was bad news, man. I knew it.
He is bad news, bad influence. Directed by Reese Waterfield. The writing credits go to A.A. Milne. Of course, it's based on.
I think it's great that they give A.A. Milne writing credit on it. That's hilarious.
Well, I guess he's the credits, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's the. I got the names backwards. Reese Waterfield is writing credits for the characters of the book of A.A. Milne. All right.
This actually looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does. Blood and honey.
It kind of sucks that Eeyore's dead, though.
Yeah,
I know.
But you know what? They probably
only 4 too, right?
But Eeyore's kind of probably harder to.
Yeah, that'd be a lot. And I'm a little disappointed on his little tombstone that his tail wasn't tagged on it, because that would seem fitting to have his tail. He always had his tail push pinned in. It was always falling off.
Mm-hmm.
So
that'd be cute.
So I'm a little disappointed that they didn't think of that. But right. I think it looks interesting.
Are we going to review this one?
I mean, accents help. I'm sorry, the accents just make it seem better.
So apparently, it looks like Christopher Robin just went off and checked up with some chick and forgot about his little childhood friends.
Yeah,
and then he decides to go. I don't know why. I thought it. And again, maybe it's because I'm 62 years old, but I thought it was the 1,000-acre woods, not the 100-acre woods. But I guess it is the 100-acre woods.
Yeah, it's 100. Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking it was 1,000-acre woods. I mean, it'd
be worth more.
I think it actually looks like some fun. So,
are you guys fans of vampires?
I love me a vampire.
Are you ready for another vampire film? What if it stars Thomas Jane?
Will it be good, Doc? That's the question.
Oh my God, he's my favorite.
All right. Well, let's take a look at this.
I love Thomas Jane.
All right, this is called Slayers.
I didn't watch this one.
Oh,
there he is. The man, the myth, the legend.
Thomas Jane, Kara Hayward, Jack Donnelly, Lydia Hurst, Malin Ackerman, and Abigail Breslin star. Directed by K. Asher Levin, written by Zach Imbrogno and K. Asher Levin. What do you think of this?
Who the fuck is this guy?
Oh, I love it so far.
I
love Lydia.
Thomas Jane can do no wrong. Sorry, but
Yep, I agree.
Of course, he's teaming up with a group of superstar influencers. That's not going to go well.
Queen of online shopping. King of YouTube. Online social goddess.
I wouldn't say goddess. Why are people saying that all the time?
I love her. She's Abigail, so funny.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Looks like we got some transfusion shit going on.
That's always bad news.
Come with me now.
Damn. I love it.
Thomas Jane looks great with that crazy beard.
He does. He looks that beard.
Yeah, he does.
He looks deranged.
He's perfect.
I'm pretty sure he is.
And he's probably very antisocial, and I love that because I'm so antisocial. Like, yes.
Definitely our curmudgeon.
That's the truth, baby.
Yes.
Of course, we liked, Day Shift earlier this year, and now we're going to get Slayers. Good year for vampires.
Oh, it looks really good. Yeah, I know. I'm so excited. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks
I'm
good.
so excited. More vampire movies.
October 21st.
Finally.
Oh,
yeah,
that sounds
bring it
good.
on.
Yes.
I'm all for Thomas Jane slaying vampires. Works for me.
Of course you are.
For real though.
Why wouldn't you be? All right. Well, like I said, it's October 21st, and that's going to be just 6 short weeks away. It's gonna be awesome. Or maybe 7.
Yeah.
Math is hard. All right.
Yeah.
Here's one for you, Dave. We know how much you love exorcism movies, so I've got one for you, Dave. I've got one for you.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah, and it's written and directed by Brando Lee and Alfie Palermo. Brando Lee, and then the cast is Harris Dickinson, Fiona Dorff, Male
Okay.
Randy
You got me.
Wayne,
I'm
and
in.
Jordan
I'm
Bell.
in.
I do like Fiona Dorff. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it is called
I'm like,
Don't Look at
But you know what they're
the
going to do. Now, you don't even have to play this because you know the first thing they're going to do is show us the fucking demon. They say, "Don't look at the demon,"
Don't look at the demon.
and then they show us the demon.
Well, you got to see the demon when you
But
don't. have to
we're
look
not
at
supposed to look at the demon.
Well, if you don't look at the demon, then see,
oh, this
there's
looks
the demon
good
right there.
already.
That was a good scream.
We heard this.
Yeah. No,
We
the
gotta have a
acting
good scream
looks
in
pretty
a
good there.
demon.
There's Fiona.
Oh, she's wonderful too.
I do like her.
Man, there's. Mm-hmm.
So the synopsis is a team of paranormal investigators head for the highlands of Fraser's Hill, Malaysia, to probe a series of alleged disturbances at a house with a dark past.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'll tell you, I'm a little concerned about the sound on this one. I hope it's okay.
What's that?
Man, I don't know. It just felt like the sound might be a little hollow. It felt, I don't know if I'm hearing it right, but it sounded hollow. And you know how sound can ruin a movie.
Well, it might just be the trailer, the way we're presenting it, but it's got a good cast. It's got a good premise.
It looks amazing.
Oh, now we're going Conjuring
Yes.
or Poltergeist.
Or Paranormal Activity for Doc.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you know me. You know I love my my found footage films or my horror, my possession films. This is my jam. Of course, you
I
gotta
love
have to-
possession films too.
That's not good.
That's exactly what you want in a movie called Don't Look at the Demon.
Okay, so I'm concerned too that they're showing all the good stuff now. I'm
Oh, you
worried.
think?
That was pretty good. I like the arms grabbing.
Yeah.
Huh?
You okay?
No, no matter what.
It's the man in my dream.
It's the man of my dreams. I love it. That's actually funny. It's the man of my dreams. I mean, they're giving a lot away.
They are, aren't they?
Yes. But I still think the acting looks phenomenal. And, well, I'm going to watch it. I
Looks all
love
right.
possession movies. Yeah.
It's another film for us to look forward to in October. You guys ready for
God,
this?
I'm like, I realized, like, what don't I like?
Don't tell me. Well, okay, let's find out. Do you? This next one is called The Visitor, and it says after a series of tragedies, Robert moves with his wife back to her home, her childhood home, after he discovers an old portrait of a man who looks like him. He
Ooh.
goes down a rabbit hole to discover the identity of this mysterious doppelganger. Let's take a look at The Visitor.
Okay.
This should be fun, I think. Should be fun. This is from Epix and Blumhouse.
Okay.
Premiering on, I think it's going to have a theatrical showing in
My husband.
some theaters, and then, of course, hit the Epix streaming service. It stars Finn Jones. If you guys recognize him from Iron Fist.
Oh my God! Wait, what? I didn't recognize him actually.
He didn't?
Wow, no, and I loved him in Iron Fist.
Did you? Okay.
He looks. Yeah, I liked Iron Fist. I'm sorry, I don't think he got enough credit. I think the show is very good. He looks completely different to me though.
He does. He
Wicked.
just changed his hair, got a little jaw weight going on. Justin P. Lang is the director, and written by Simon Bowles and Adam Mason. So I like the concept. I like it's Blumhouse. You
Yeah.
know that, right, Crystal?
Okay, listen.
Yes. Well, They make more winners than losers, so that's a beautiful thing.
Well, they have a formula. They know what they're doing.
About this
Right?
place. I swear it's the same guy. I've ever seen.
It's a nice house.
So you guys are soaking it in. This is fun when you guys
Yeah.
don't actually watch the trailers. You soak it in during the show, and it's great. I like it. It's captivating. It's catching your attention.
I'm really. Well, obviously the town knows who he is, what he is, whatever.
It
Yeah.
does look that way, doesn't it?
I like that shot where you're
Mhm.
standing in front of the mirrored tiles, and some were him and some were the doppelganger.
Yep.
That was kinda
Yeah.
cool.
7.
That was kind of cool.
This place is great.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks cool. I'll be interested to see the story. Like,
All right. Well, what I didn't
Yeah.
realize when I lined these trailers up, they're all for October. So you guys know what you're doing next month. You know what you're doing next month.
Yay!
They're all lined up here.
October is always a busy month.
Well, it is our month, right? It's our Christmas. All right, you guys, let us know what you think of these trailers. Which of these films are you looking forward to the most? And if you like this, please hit the subscribe, the like, and the share with a friend and help us reach 5,000 subscribers. All right. Thank you all so very much. You know what we have tonight?
what?
You know what we have? We have feedback. We have feedback.
Ooh, we like feedback.
Yay!
We
All
like
right.
feedback.
Yes. Chad White says, I'm looking forward to the new Evil Dead. Me too.
Oh, well, yeah, me too.
Evil Dead
Oh, yeah,
Rises.
me
Yeah,
too.
we talked about that.
For real, Chad.
Don Joe says, and I love the name Don Joe because he's going to have an offer he can't refuse. Don Joe.
Oh my
I'm
God.
with you, Doc. Jaws in 3D for me. Truly great 3D presentations are breathtaking. Not all, not the. Wait a minute. Not the eye poke trickery garbage, but the immersiveness is astounding. T2 3D a few years ago was so good. Hopefully Jaws is as well. I wish I could have seen Jaws in 3D, but the fam wanted to see IMAX, so I went to see it in IMAX.
You lost,
I
Doc.
did.
So I wonder if you're really behind Don Joe because he's, the Don, or he said, "I'm with you, Doc."
It might be the I'm with you, Doc. The I with you, Doc.
Yeah. Might be.
Okay. And of course, Dirk Rogers chimes in with
Oh, like
great
the Dirk Rogers, like the Dirk
Dirk
Rogers?
Rogers.
The one, the only.
Yeah, he's a badass.
Diamond Dirk Rogers. He said, "Great show, fun energy, hell yeah!" The news is back in full effect. Horror News Radio, yeah. All right, Dirk.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dirk.
that's
Thank you, Dirk.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Well, of course, we thank you for hanging out with the GRUE-crew. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe button, and share with a friend. Every click counts. And if you're new, check out the Patreon links below, and you'll get to see these live and other things as well. It's cool stuff. Dave, Crystal, thank you for joining me. This was a lot of fun.
Hey, Doc. Yeah. Big news night.
Yeah.
This was a good one.
And see,
It
look,
was.
yeah. And y'all gave me something to do afterward. I'm gonna go check out Orphan Kills.
Orphan
You
first
should.
kill.
First kill, you said.
First
Orphan
kill.
Kills is the next one.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
the
don't
next
know.
one.
I don't know.
And then
Oh,
Orphan
it
Ends.
is. Am I?
Orphan Ends.
Y'all
Orphan
got me. Oh my God, y'all got me. I was like, really? Okay. And then it took the Orphan Ends for me to actually. I was like, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's say good night.
Good night.
Good night.